This message comes in from one of my supporters on Patreon. He said, "Hi, this is a bit of a long backstory. I used to be heavily addicted to drugs and alcohol for about 4 to 5 years. I'm only about to turn 22 this year." So you started when you were 17, which is very, very young to get started. For about a year and a half, I spent a huge majority of that time in VRC, which stands for vrchat, getting beyond up. I went to club after club, met so many people, stayed up for days, took any drug I could just to get by, if you will. I spent a lot of time in drinking night, which is a popular word in VRC, VRchat. I would pass out in the public lobbies, have huge anxiety attacks, PTSD attacks. I would get blasted off of my mind, but to me at the time, it was fun. I didn't really care about anyone or anything. I hated myself so much, still do, that I didn't care about my actions and or consequences. My friends would stand by telling me to stop, and I would just chug bottle after bottle, take pill after pill, because I didn't want to be sober. I hated feeling sober. I hated being me. I ended up getting stomach ulcers from abusing alcohol and pills. I woke up and everything kind of hit me all at once, and I realized what I was doing to myself wasn't okay. I realized that doing that to my friends and family was unacceptable. So I stopped drinking, I stopped the drugs, and I did my best to start bettering myself. I hate myself for doing the things to my friends and family, and I just can't seem to come to terms with it. Nearly every day, I get flashbacks of the things I did, and I hate every fiber of my being for doing that to my friends and family. How do I continue friendships with people who drink 24/7 when I myself am trying to not go back to my old ways? These friendships mean so much to me, but hurt me so much. How do I do it? I'm not sure if any of this makes sense, if there is any point, but I'm 100% open to other opinions and feedback. Okay, so you're asking me, first off, you started off that addiction really, really young, man. I'm going to tell it like it is. That's an extremely early age to be addicted to alcohol and other kinds of drugs like pills. You were 17 years old. So that's 4 to 5 years of you being an addict. Don't forget, it might take you the equal amount of time to rid yourself of that addiction and to be completely clean. But as it seems from this message, it seems like you've already done the awakening process. You've already woke up and said, yo, everything that I've been doing up until this point was only hurting me, it was only toxic for my life. I'm going to stop. I'm going to become a better version of myself. And that's a great first step. Now you're asking me, how do I hang on to these friends that I made while I was being a bad person, while I was bad for myself, my friends, and my family? How do I hang on to these friends that were there with me that entire time? They're so funny. I hang out with them every single night. Those guys are my boys. Well, let me explain this to you. You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. You literally become the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. How do you think people develop accents, for an example? Some people say that I have an accent. I don't really see it. But if there's somebody from the south of the US, you can tell right away, oh, this person's from the south. They have a southern accent. If somebody from the UK, you can tell within seconds, this person is from the UK. They have a UK accent, right? Now, they don't choose to develop these accents. They don't say, okay, I want to have a British accent or I want to have a southern accent, right? They subliminally learn these things from everybody that's around them. And that's okay. It's fine to have an accent. It shows your culture. It shows where you're from. It says like a lot about you. And that's one of the things that you can pick up from everybody else around you that's not going to hurt you at all. Matter of fact, it's probably good because it shows that you're from somewhere else and it's cool. But when it comes to being friends with people that are toxic, that are negative for themselves, that are drinking 24/7, that are constantly hurting themselves, you yourself have no choice but to constantly hurt yourself the same way that these people are doing to themselves, right? You have to be the average of the people that you're hanging out with the most. Even if you say, no, I'm too old for that. Like I'm way too mature to be doing or to be picking up on habits that I don't want to pick up on. And I'll tell myself actively, yo, these guys are all drunk around me. Every single day they're smoking, they're drinking, they're doing drugs, they're popping pills. But myself, I'm way too smart to fall into that trap, right? You're going to fall into it, whether you like it or not. Subliminally, you're going to go back to your old ways. These friends mean so much to you. I'm not sure, are they VRchat friends? Are these people that you were, I mean, you said you were in VRchat almost every other night. You know, you were in there very often getting drunk and just wasting your life away. Well, if they are VRchat friends, it makes it much easier. You can literally just unfriend them, right? And I'm saying that not coming from a cold place. I have emotions too, like everybody else. I'm saying that because you don't have a choice. You have to cut off their friends. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time if you keep on talking to these people? If you stay friends with these people, you're eventually going to just take one more drink, just one shot, one cigarette, right? One pill, and then you go back to your old ways. All it takes is one time for you to re-desensitize yourself to this drug, and you're going to fall right back into it. It's the same thing with NoFap. Believe me, I've been there, and so is the rest of the world. You have to tell these friends, yo, listen, I love all of you guys. All of you guys are my dear, close friends, but I have to cut all of you off. It's not, there's no other way to do it. There's no other way to do it. And one thing that I want to mention about getting blasted out of your mind every single night, getting drunk, especially inside of VRChat. So I've never drank before, so I can't tell you from my own experience, but one of my friends, he used to drink a lot in VRChat. And he said that while you're inside of VR, you don't realize how drunk you're getting until after you take off the headset. This is why so many people inside of VRChat drink. It's such a social norm. It's socially acceptable by everybody in VRChat. You'll be chilling in a random lobby one night. All right, guys, let's start doing shots. They all start, chugging beers and shit, right? And they all drink together. I myself, when I'm around those people, when I'm by those people, I literally take out a water bottle and I drink with them, right? So when you're getting blasted out of your mind, especially in VRChat, you don't realize how high or drunk you're getting until the headset comes off, and then you're back in the real world, and then you realize, oh my God, I don't like living in here anymore. I don't like myself. I don't like what I'm doing to myself. That's why it's so easy to get drunk in VRChat, because you just don't realize how much you're drinking. And the problem with drinking or getting high or any of that in general, a lot of people will say, oh, it's okay to do it in moderation, get high in moderation, drink in moderation. Listen, it's very, very simple. There's no amount of poison that's good for you. Right? Maybe in moderation, it's going to be okay, right? It's not going to hurt you necessarily, but there's no amount of poison that you can take. There's not a single puff of a cigarette that you can take that's going to make you better in life. So if you want to improve yourself, it's very, very simple. Just cut out the poison. Those friends are poison. The alcohol is literally a mitochondrial poison. That's why I don't drink it. I love being sober. I love being in control of all of my actions, just like how I'm filming this video right now. And another problem with that, with being not in a state of soberness or not being in control of who you are, your thoughts, your actions, is that the reason that we were put on earth, many people will tell you, I myself firmly believe in this, the reason that we're here is so that we can experience being here. We can experience living, growing, every part of life. We use our 5 senses to experience life. We smell life, we breathe in the air, we see life, we touch life, we taste it, right? And if you're getting blasted every single day, you aren't experiencing life, especially in VR. That's not life, buddy. That's some code on a computer that you're literally living through. So as hard as this may be, you have to literally drop the friends, drop the drugs, drop all of it. There's no amount of poison that's good for you. And those friends are poison. First off, I want to thank you for being a Patreon member of mine. That's how I kind of got to your message first. And if you need anything else, just hit me up. Leave me a message saying actually who you are if you need any more help after this video. So that's all I got. Drop the drugs and the friends together. They go hand in hand. And that's the end of this video, dude. Thank you for watching. Stay dreaming, stay lucid. I'm out. Peace.